what's up guys, this is Justin Johnson, and as you probably guessed, I've got a new guitar today here in this box. And this was built by a dude named Sean from, he's got a YouTube channel called Scar My Guitar. And he built a guitar entirely in his garage using a CNC machine. And so he built one for me. And I figured, you know, I'm looking forward to checking it out and testing it, see what it's like. I don't whip my ceremonial unboxing knife out for just anything, so let's dig into this baby. Well, I gotta say, Sean's off to a pretty good start with this fretboard. See what the rest of this baby looks like. All right, so I just got this baby out of the box, and this thing is awesome. This thing is really cool. You know, again, this design here is built entirely in Sean's garage, and mainly built with a CNC machine. And so, you know, if you're not too familiar with a CNC machine, basically it's like a drill that's attached to a robotic, you know, assembly. And so you can design the guitar shape. You can design any kind of three-dimensional shape you want. And then the CNC machine basically drills it, cuts it out of that solid piece of wood. And so the front and back are two pieces. They were solid when he started, basically, and he kind of made two bowl shapes. So one for the back, one for the front. Within that shape, it's not just kind of hollowed out. There's also a bracing built into the design. And so it's thicker in some spots, and then the soundboard is thinner in most of the area of the top here. And that's pretty cool. So he also laser etched the Scar My Guitar design in there. And one thing too that's really unusual is the body's made entirely out of walnut. So you don't see too many solid walnut guitars. And I always love walnut. I love the way it looks, and this actually smells really good, really good too. It's got kind of like a really cool, in a cool way, it's got this kind of homemade feel, you know. And I think that's part of why he calls his channel Scar My Guitar, you know, is that he kind of likes that rough, sort of scarred final product. But it's actually really cool. Also, the necks, he asked me if there was anything specific I wanted on this guitar before he built it, and I always like zebra wood, and so I wanted to see what zebra wood would be like, and basically just suggested maybe use zebra wood somewhere. So he has this, basically it's like, let's see, 5-ply neck, and it looks like walnut, maple is the lighter colored wood, and then zebra wood on the sides there. And that looks killer. I really love the way that looks. That is beautiful. It's got the Grover tuners on the headstock up there. The neck is glued onto the body right there. It almost looks like an electric guitar neck. It almost looks like kind of a Fender-style neck, which you don't see very often on acoustics. But because there's no like heel back here, which is generally what you have with a traditional acoustic guitar design. But without the heel there, you actually get really good easy access up here to the higher frets, and so that's pretty nice. You know, I might be a little biased, but that fretboard is looking killer. With Sean, you know, when we were talking about if there were any design elements I wanted, he asked me about that, and I suggested, you know, well, why don't you put my name on it, you know? And I think it was literally the next day he sent me pictures of the fretboard in 2 different wood types, and so with 2 different layouts, and it was that fast for him to design it, have the CNC machine cut it, and then assemble the fretboard and the neck together. It was pretty incredible how fast he did it. So instead of having a fixed bridge with like a saddle the way pretty much every traditional acoustic guitar is designed, it has more of like a Fender style, kind of like adjustable bridge. It's much more like an electric guitar. And what's good about that is that you can easily change the action, like the height of the string on any of the strings independently. You can change, move it back and forth, which helps you set the intonation. So if the action changes or if the neck changes at all over time with humidity or altitude, anything like that, it's very easy to make adjustments at the bridge. All right, so, you know, again, right off the bat, I love the ingenuity, I love the unique design ideas and the risks that were taken with this design. I always love seeing builders try new things, but what's, I think, most important, it's a musical instrument. So I'm gonna play it, tell you about how what my thoughts are, you know, with the sound, with the response, how it feels, how it plays. All right, so this is an acoustic guitar, and I'm not plugged in right now. I'm gonna do all these playing examples here at first with just this one microphone here. Yes, I've never played a guitar like this before that has this design, and I'm actually surprised at how much projection it has. It's a pretty loud acoustic guitar. And you know, talking about like a lot of the art and tradition of building acoustic guitars and bracing acoustic guitars, voicing the soundboards of acoustic guitars, choosing the wood, the back and the sides, how you know, brace the corners, how you separate the back to the sides. All of that stuff is like almost a religion, you know? Things that work over the centuries have been reproduced and kind of mastered and perfected and tweaked to build like the most resonant and loud and you know, true sounding acoustic guitars. And you know, the fact that such a sort of revolutionary and totally different design can really produce such you know, such good results surprises me right off the bat with this guitar. Also, you know, the body size and this thing up here, you know, you never see something like this generally on an acoustic guitar. It's generally always rounded. With the cutaway, you know, you can have a cutaway like that, but generally they're a little more, you know, a little smaller cutaway to offer more space and air to vibrate and move inside. And so again, it's pretty surprising how punchy this guitar is. It's got a lot of mid-range. And, you know, I would imagine, I've never heard a solid walnut acoustic guitar, but usually the darker woods have a little bit darker tone. And so this one isn't super bright. It also isn't super mellow. It's somewhere in between. But I'll tell you, the feel of it here on the picking side is nice. It's got I was gonna say it's got a good kind of radius, a comfortable radius to the strings. One of the things though I like is that if that didn't feel that way, if you didn't like the way it felt naturally or the action, again, it's one adjustment away. You never really have the ability to adjust a bridge like this on a conventional or traditional acoustic guitar. So again, I really dig that detail right there and think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually, again, it's a killer strummer. You know, that's kind of what I call a guitar that really shines when you're strumming. It's got a nice sustain, it's got nice power, and again, it sits in that perfect range frequency-wise for filling up space without getting in the way or stepping on the toes of other instruments. All right, let's see. I'm going to take the pick off here, and I'm going to try some fingerstyle stuff, some more intricate fingerstyle work, and listen specifically to how this guitar responds and kind of brings out those nuances. So that's the kind of the opposite of strumming. right, you know, one of the things too, talking about that bridge and setting the action, is that slide guitar specifically is always easier if you have a little bit higher action at the bridge here. And this does have a pretty nice action for slide guitar. So I'm going to tune this maybe down to an open G and see how it feels with the slide. Also, I noticed the radius on the fretboard is pretty subtle. It's not like a real strong radius, which is how round the fretboard is. And that's also good for slide playing. You know, since the slide is flat, the flatter the radius on the fretboard is, the better it is for playing slide and not having the possibility of like fretting out, hitting any of those frets. You know, I think it's amazing that, and I think it's kind of like the point of what Sean does on his channel, on the Scar My Guitar channel, is that it's absolutely amazing what we have right now technologically, that you can take the wood, the raw materials, and basically over a weekend, you know, have a design that came from your brain, from an idea, and play it and see what it sounds like. But you know, basically what I'm so surprised about is how good of a guitar you can make with the CNC machine like that. And you know, again, some of the things that are especially cool about this is that for, you know, someone who's into it, they can do stuff like these custom fretboards, different wood types, tweak the design as often as they want, basically set it on their computer and have this amazing, you know, guitar kit that they can assemble in a matter of hours. I mean, it's awesome that you can do that now. All right, guys, well, I want to thank you for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel here for more videos. And also, if you want to support this channel even more, make sure you go in the information with this video. Check out my Patreon link. My Patreon, I do all kinds of things like live streams every month, live stream concerts, live stream lessons, master classes. Got all kinds of stuff you can get on there you can't get anywhere else. So thank you guys that are on there. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Sean, for sending this to me and being part of this video. All of you guys rock. See you next time.